5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Are you tired of being tired?
Welcome to next time.
Haha, I remembered.
So today, actually, we've come up with a topic that has kind of sprung upon us.
Yeah.
And we just kind of started chatting about it, and we thought it'd be a great topic to talk about. And that's really kind of the catchphrase of the day was, "Are you tired of being tired?"
Yeah.
You know, as a lot of you know that, you know, a lot going on in my life. Everybody has stuff going on.
Yeah.
We're always so busy. Everybody's busy, and everybody. You know, you don't have time for this, you don't have time for that. But we thought, why don't we be transparent with our own lives a little bit and talk about where we're at? So here we go.
Yeah.
Right?
It's definitely something that I think resonated with all three of us just in the conversation.
Yeah.
It's just in different areas of our lives that it is happening.
Yeah. And I mean, the great thing too is, I mean, all three of us are at different stages, whether it be, you know, life or career or whatever. We're all at different places. So it's
Thank you for not
interesting.
saying that we're getting old.
Yeah.
Cheers to getting old.
Yeah.
You know, well, I mean, like I had brought up some things like, you know, I'm a gym owner. I have a certain view of what gym owners should look like. You know, and I look around sometimes at other gym owners and I'm like, this is just being transparent. I look at them and I'm like, they should be a little fitter for being a gym owner or being a personal trainer or, you know what I mean? Again, we have a certain, it's just like anything. If you're a pastor or you're an athlete, you're held to a little higher standard.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, here I am finding myself gaining weight. Unhappy with the way I look. My wife is completely content with the way that I look. But I am not.
Yeah.
And you look at each other, and even you had mentioned, you're complaining about your size around us, you know, and so it's perspective, though.
Yeah,
It's your
it
own
really
perspective of yourself.
Mm.
So, and that's when, you know, you're doing your fitness goals or your whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's about what you like. I mean, one of the things I always ask my clients is, do you like the way you look naked?
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, do you like the way you look naked? Not does Billy down the street or Susie or whoever like.
Not that we're advocating public nudity or
Well,
anything like that.
No,
Just have to throw that out there, you know.
Well, I was thinking more like, you know, like your girlfriend or whatever, your wife or whatever it is.
Well, I mean, even like beach bod. I mean, when you go swimming, do you like the way you look in your swimsuit? You know?
Yeah. So just because
that's more public friendly.
it is. But there's a lot of times that, you know, I mean, if you like the way you look and you're a little bit overweight, then that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I don't.
Yeah.
So, you know, so with that, you know, then you struggle with that, you know, well, I don't have clothes and I don't want to buy clothes. And, you know, you got that. And
if
then
I don't buy clothes, it'll be motivation for you to work out and lose weight. And
then it doesn't.
And it doesn't. Yeah.
Or the thing that I've tried multiple times, get pants that are a size smaller than where I am so that way I have a goal to reach.
Yeah.
I never reach it. And so I get even more depressed.
Yeah.
And then I have to go and buy pants that are the size I actually am now.
Yeah. So it's a tough, it's definitely a tough situation.
Yeah.
And I think it's okay for people to be there and to recognize it, you know, and obviously we're working through it. So we're not saying that we have the answers. I mean, I've definitely been in this place before where I've been unhappy and have worked out and got my life back in order and things like that. I mean, I started a challenge to try to help get my life back in order.
Yeah.
With the faith, with the, you know, and the faith has still been going great. But the exercise has just been a check in the box lately, you know, and sometimes we just have to check the box to keep going. But I'm not getting anywhere with it.
Right. There's no motivation.
Yeah. It's not really like, okay, yay, I'm excited about working out today.
Yeah. I remember I used to be really excited about working out and running and stuff. But then I had that one or two little injuries in my feet and my knee. And it was just like, after that, I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
you know, I just prefer not having the pain.
Yeah.
You know, for the risk it. I think that one time I twisted my ankle in a gumball when I was running. I just didn't see it, and it really wrenched my leg up. So I just kind of lost motivation at that because I couldn't do a whole lot, you know, with my leg like that.
Yeah.
Just didn't have the motivation. So
yeah. And for me, it's like I've been trying to. I tried doing intermittent fasting, and that helped for a little while, but then life happened. Just some really weird, bad stuff happened, and that threw my schedule off completely.
Yeah.
And then I tried doing workout, but I hurt all the time, either my feet, my legs, my knees, my back, you know, whatever.
I mean, you were born with a lot of issues with your legs and stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like I don't know. It always gets to a point for me where I just don't care.
Yeah.
It's like it's not happening quick enough. It's not happening good enough. I'm not going down the pant sizes that I want to, or losing the pounds I want to.
Yeah.
So to a certain point, it's just like, why bother?
Yeah.
You know. I mean, thankfully, I'm kind of passing that stage a little bit. I started doing a little bit of workouts, more like a bouncer, you know, rebounder type thing, which isn't as bad on my legs and everything.
Right.
And so I mean that's better.
Well,
but my schedule,
it's cardio that would help.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean my schedule's still way off with food and everything. I'm eating really late or really early or snacking more than I should.
Well, thankfully you and I we still lived in the same house, so we were able to kind of check each other.
Yeah.
We're buying less junk food, you know, that we would snack on.
Potato chips have gone down.
Yeah, we haven't bought potato chips in a very long time. So, you know, that's a good thing. So we're eating more fruit and vegetables and cheese.
Good and bad.
Yeah.
Yogurts.
Yeah.
And I can definitely feel a difference from that. But I mean, like Sunday, we still, you know, we eat the mac and cheese and the noodles. And
we still go to our comfort foods.
Yes. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, but I think in moderation and trying to find that motivation.
Yeah.
And not give up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, you know, the big thing about that for us in this, and it just shows that, you know, that we all struggle with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That we're all humans. We're all fallible and struggling with different things. And, you know, it's identifying what those things are that are causing us to eat more or causing us to not care. So that's probably been like my biggest kind of prayer thought, you know, kind of thing that I'm trying to work through is really like, well, why do I feel this way?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why is it that I'm struggling with something that I love to do? Like I've always loved exercise.
Yeah.
I've always loved being in shape, you know, and I think the enemy does stuff like that to get us down, you know, to get us depressed, to get us isolated, to get us to where, you know, we feel bad about ourselves and unworthy and, you know,
fill in the blank.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. If you can get us there, then it's a quick jump to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
there's a lot of other things.
So, you know, I think that's something that we're trying to make you aware, us aware, really just, you know, where you at right now.
Yeah.
Why don't you, like we're trying to do, reevaluate, look at where you're at, you know, look at things that could be hindrances or crutches or things like that in your life and, you know, give them to God and, you know, and kind of working through those things. Or, you know, I think, you know, it's also mental health. We talked about that kind of stuff before too.
Right.
And I feel like that's a lot of weight loss, you know, as a trainer and stuff like that. I feel like that's a big thing that I deal with.
Yeah.
Is just getting people to recognize, like, what is it? And so now I'm having to recognize in my own life, like, I'm not unhappy, but there's something, you know, I think truly, you guys know, I mean, I'm just busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so, but I did that. And I think sometimes we have to take responsibility of, like, why we're in that season.
Yeah.
That a lot of times we do that. Now, sometimes it's outside. Yeah. Sometimes it's other things. Sometimes it's, you know, dad got cancer.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, things like that it come in and affect us.
Right.
But a lot of times I think we just have to take ownership of, like, I did this.
Yeah.
I chose to do this. I chose to do this. I chose to do this. And now I have no time.
Right.
Right.
You know, so.
And to that, I think also it's what's important. Because a lot of times
Priorities,
it's very easy to say, oh, the work is, I have to get this work done. I have to do this or have to do that. And I just don't have time to work out. But if you look at it and you're like, wait, working out is just as important as blank.
Yeah.
You can find the time for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like there's been times I've had conversations in here, whether it was with Jose or Tanya when she was here, Brenda when she's been in the gym, and we were talking, and they were like, sure, but it takes a lot less time to work out 15 minutes a day than to go to a doctor's appointment and pay for medication.
Yeah.
And do this and do that and have a surgery. It's like, so you kind of have to look at that too. Yes, it's taking time now, but hopefully you'll be saving a lot of time later.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, that's just the physical side. Same thing with the mental health. If you take time to take care of your mental health now, it'll save you time and money and everything else when it comes to later with your relationships, with fill in the blank.
Well, I think also one we've talked about before, but having like this conversation with people, with each other, and sharing your struggles, and you're realizing that you're not alone. Mm-hmm. You may be in a different place in your life, but we all still struggle, but we can all support and lift each other up.
Right. And
that also would improve our mental health and someone that we can be, accountable to a little bit, that kind of thing that helps both with your readjusting your priorities or motivation. So that is also, and we've talked about before, supporting each other and talking. And
that's even, I'm just going to bring it up because I love that you're wearing the shirt during this conversation. Analyze and fix, don't fixate.
Yeah.
We said it on a previous episode. And it's very important because it's so easy. Like you mentioned before, George, it's easy to mess up and be like, I messed up, happened again, can't believe this happened again, blah, 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 and just analyze on it and not step back and think, wait, okay, this happened, it was bad, I messed up because of blank.
Yeah.
I'm going to fix this, I'm going to move on and try it again.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get bogged down by the mistake and not fixing it and moving on.
Yeah. I realize there's some things that I am triggered by stress. And so when I get stressed out, that's when I feel like, okay, I need to go outside and weed something or go play with the dog, so it just kind of takes my mind off of it and just helps me refocus. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's a good one to remember.
Yeah. And we have the shirts for sale at Private
There we go.
It was not an intentional play at all.
No.
Product placement.
That's right. But I don't know if you guys have seen it lately. There's been a post kind of going around on the IG or the
Facebook,
the
social medias of all kinds, but it talks about reading scripture daily and about the effects on the human.
Yeah.
That the studies they did a study on kids, I think it was like 8 or something to 80 was the range of the population that they took a study on. And I don't remember all the statistics, but I do know with 1 day a week or 2 days a week, they didn't notice much change in the person's behavior or things of that nature. But when you started getting to 3 days a week, there was like anxiety and stress and stuff drastically reduced, like by 30-40%. Things like porn and addictions and alcoholism and all of that stuff at like 4 days dropped by like 60%.
Wow.
So, just by reading scripture,
I can see that. Yeah.
On a daily basis and spending time in the word. I mean, and that's something, again, whether you're a faith person or not, I still think that's a very good statistic that, what does it hurt to try? If you're struggling with anything, to try reading something, and obviously ours would be scripture because that's where our source of strength comes from, is from the Lord. So I thought that was very interesting. I just saw it again last night. That's the only reason it kind of is fresh on my mind, that I thought of, wow. Yeah. I read and I try to read daily, you know, but am I reading?
Right.
You know, and there's
Yeah.
a difference between just kind of, I
Right.
did it.
Yeah.
There are
And-
definitely some days that you get up late in a rush, and like you definitely just you check the box, but
Yeah.
you really should be
Yeah.
spending a little time in it and study
Yeah.
it.
And I can personally attest that it does help. I've been terrible at it. The last couple months, I've been lucky to do it one day a
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
But
And you don't notice it. You don't notice what effect it has
Until you do it.
Yeah, and then or you stop doing it and you look back and you're like, dude, it just
Yeah.
you know, it's like taking a vitamin.
Yeah.
You ever taken a vitamin like for, let's just say, 6 months or a long period of time, and then you stop taking the vitamin,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then over the next month or two, you're like, man, I'm kind of tired. You know, maybe you get sick, or maybe you know something happens, and you're like, what has changed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a light bulb goes off, and you're like, wait a minute, I haven't been taking my vitamin.
Right.
You know what I mean? And again, I'm not advocating vitamins because I'm good and bad at them sometimes, but I have definitely noticed it, like with L-glutamine,
Mm.
you know, and MSM or something like that. That goes along with it.
Yeah. I can't remember.
No, it's glucosamine.
Glucosamine. Yeah.
Glucosamine.
Yeah.
So
Sounds like an operetta.
I took it years ago, and again, whether it was a placebo effect or whatever,
Yeah.
I took it for a period of time, and I stopped taking it, and I felt like I had sore knees. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Right.
From not taking it. So I think that, like you said, sometimes you just don't realize
Yeah.
when you stop reading.
Yeah, because the same thing happened to me. I was doing devotions. I was doing it pretty good for a week, and then I stopped doing it the next week, and I felt more anxious. I felt more stressed, and I was thinking, what is the difference between this week and last? And I realized I hadn't been doing devotions.
Yeah.
It's like, and that goes back to routines. No
Mhm.
matter what the routine is that somebody has. I've read studies about that. I don't remember any of the statistics, but if yes, endurance through repetition. Wow, yes.
What
But
does your mug say?
but
You can get your products at
firedhog.com. Yes, but
totally
it's
not placement.
if you have something that you do on a repetitive basis every single day, whether it's getting up and brushing your teeth and then going and having a cup of coffee and then going to work, if you have something like that that you do every single day, your productivity goes up,
Yeah.
your mental health goes up. And so, I mean, the same thing goes with workouts and with devotions.
Yeah.
If you can realize, hey, this is important, I'm going to make time to do it right after brushing my teeth,
Yeah.
before I look at my phone.
Yeah.
That's always been my hard part.
Yep.
If I look at my phone and I see a text or a message or something that I need to get back to,
Sidetracked.
I'm like, oh, I need to get to that. And every moment that I am spending on devotions, I'm thinking, you know what? I really should respond to that text, and I should say blah, blah, blah in that text. And what
Yeah.
verse did I just read?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That happens to me so many times.
Yeah. It's the same with working out, though. Just we are so
Yeah.
distracted by something,
Yeah.
Mm.
anything.
That's why in the last, I didn't do it yesterday or the day before because I got distracted. But the 3 days before that, I got up, did my teeth, I did my devotions, then I went and did my exercise, and then I picked up my phone, looked at it, and started work.
Yeah.
And I realized if I do any other order than that, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
We started doing, you know, I got the Monday Night Men's group.
Mhm.
So we just started this week. We chose a devotion in the Bible app that we could do together.
Mm.
And I'll tell you what I liked about it, or what I like about it, and I haven't done today because of this one factor. Like I've read this morning, and really when I say read, a lot of times when I'm on the food truck in the morning and I'm doing stuff, I've got my devotion playing.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm listening to
I do complete audio too.
my devotion.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm slightly distracted.
Right.
So I'm listening to it, and the nice thing about I'm doing the chronological Bible.
Mm.
So a lot of times, like I'm in the Gospels, so obviously you've got Matthew,
And
and you've got
Mark.
Mark, and you got all their different accounts.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you're kind of hearing the same story over and over again, in the same day because
Right.
it's all happened. It's chronological, so it's all in the same day. So with that, I'm not as focused. But with this devotion that we started doing together, at the very bottom after the devotion, it says, talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or talk it over or something like that. It's the last little check that I have to do. Well, in that spot is a place for you to write.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you don't want to just be like, hey, dogs.
This was good.
Great devotion.
Yeah.
The point of it is we're trying to draw something out of the devotion to then communicate with one another. And we have already had better communication with the group this week just by adding that little element. Like we remembered that one of the guys in the group had surgery, mouth surgery, Tuesday.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Had to have his wisdoms or molars or whatever they are yanked out, right? Would not have thought of that had we not been going through a daily devotion.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
With one another. And hey guys, surgery went well. So it's that kind of stuff where accountability is good, in all avenues of life. But we've kind of gotten off of, not really off the topic, but we're kind of coming up with some solutions with you guys watching to help, us get back on track, I guess you could say. So I'm hoping that down the road, you'll see a thinner me. Don't know about these guys, but
that's what I'm hoping for too.
I'd like it.
And that we're able to hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
And
motivate each other.
And motivate,
yeah.
So, I would say let us know about your struggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like mine just happens to be weight right now, would be my biggest struggle for me.
Yeah.
Another one, I'll just list off a list so that way it's recorded. 1. 2, it brings it to the forefront of my mind as well. So weight is a big one for me. As a dad, I feel like I'm so busy that I'm not being like the best dad I can be.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that I'm not home or I'm not there. I'm not home a lot, but at the same time, when I'm home, I'm tired.
Yeah.
So giving them what they need and want is not always the case. So another area of where I'm struggling currently, business wise, I am working my tail off. It is starting to go better, each day with the food truck. And, obviously we're really trying to grow this channel. We're trying to grow the gym. We've got a lot going on. Yeah. And I would say we're in a positive kind of direction on that side of things. But again, my weight and I have a great wife. So our marriage is great. And I love that she's actually working with me. So on that side of it, I think we're doing, not that we're ever doing bad, but we get to spend some time together, even in this busy season.
Right.
Because we're doing a lot of work together, which I've absolutely enjoyed and loved. So yeah, really just mostly the kids and, my personal health.
Yeah.
Because it's not just the working out, it's the eating.
Right.
And that's why I've gained the weight. It's because I'm eating bad. So I'm still working out at least 3 days a week, probably more than that. But I'm the guy that used to do 2 times a day, 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because I like working out.
Yeah.
So what about you guys? Where are some areas that if we were to make a short list at the end of this thing, that you would say that you guys are struggling with, whether it be personal?
Definitely weight and food, are the two probably biggest ones for me.
Yeah.
And like you said, I am super busy now too, doing the farm, and we're doing 2 farmers markets coming up soon. And
you're baking
and baking, and so there's a lot more on me now.
Yeah.
And not just the farm. So
yeah.
Of course, in the mom and dad's health and stuff, so doing more there. So being more organized would be nice for me too, because my office is it's a mess. I know where everything is, but it looks really bad.
Yeah, he knows where everything is, but anybody else walks in, they're like, ah!
Yeah.
Well, and sometimes that can be overwhelming, even to you.
Yeah.
Like you're like, I know where everything's at, but
yeah,
it's so unorganized that it stresses me out because it's just so unorganized.
Yeah.
Like that's how my garage was.
Right.
And my kids, because I was so busy, sorry to steal the light, but they did something great for me last weekend. I've been working I worked 22 hours on the painting the other gym and rearranging stuff.
Whoa.
So I did have a guy that helped me overnight, and I'm very grateful for Logan. So shout out Logan for helping me out. But I spent a lot of time there painting and doing all that stuff. Well, my kids and my wife surprised me, and they cleaned my garage.
Oh,
so
awesome.
where we do the shirts and all
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
They cleaned over there. They cleaned on both sides of it, so we can actually move around in there. Which again, it's just the stuff gets one thing gets put down and another thing gets put down, and then it's and then I have so many people that are in and out of my garage that use it for different things, whether it's different projects or we've got different businesses, that stuff just tends to get set down, and it's like, well, we'll just put it here for now, we'll get it later.
Right.
Yeah. And so it was really a great surprise to
That's awesome.
have them kind of do that for me or whatever. But
yeah.
Is that all for you?
Yeah, I think the only other one I could think of was organizing.
Yeah.
Because now that I'm doing baking, and so it's like I used to have 1 market week, so I baked, and then I had off. But coming up, we're going to have every weekend, so it's going to be
every week. Oh, because it's fall.
Because of fall, and pretty much
Yeah.
every weekend except for November, we're off a couple of weeks because we're out of town. But
Okay.
But other than that, it's like I need the week off. I was going to plan on cleaning everything up and straightening stuff up, but then other things happened. And I didn't get it done. But I have to get it done this week because I have sales tax due tomorrow, so I have to go through all my receipts and straighten a little bit up. So
yeah, agree.
Yay for taxes.
Agree. I got that to do today too. Crap.
I know.
And get that check in the
Due
mail.
to tomorrow.
Oh crap. The government.
Love them.
The government and them taxes. They love us small business owners. Take us for everything. But
They do.
let's not get into that topic, or I'll...
All right, Kev, close us out. What are where you need working goals and motivation?
For me, it's exercising, losing weight, schedule for eating, because that's always been a problem.
Yeah.
I've gotten to a point where I can try to start eating around 11 to 12, but I always end up eating as late as 9 o'clock or 8:30 or 7 or 10, or it fluctuates.
May interrupt, but maybe one thing we need to do again is go back to having the protein shakes in the morning.
Yeah, I've actually been utilizing. We sampled it on Sample Saturday, the bariatric pal.
Oh yeah,
I've started having that.
The protein shots,
and even the Chobani yogurt protein shots. Those have been really good for the mornings because I'm usually not hungry in the morning.
Yeah. That's me too.
Yeah. But I mean that I'm currently trying to run 3 businesses. My voiceover business, which isn't really doing very much. Videography, which I'm pleased that we're doing this and that it's growing, that the Bulletin Post, Pirate Hog, and helping Seth with his business, So there's a lot of things that I'm juggling, I'm trying to do, but it's like none of them are really catapulting to where I want them to go yet. So
agreed. Trust me.
That's always a daily
25
stress.
years in, and I feel you.
Yeah. So there's a lot. I don't know. There's a lot of things that are just going on that I'm trying to juggle and that I'm trying to think about, and at the same time not think about, to do devotions and exercise and everything else. And so when I'm failing on one side, I feel the pressure with that, and I feel bad, and so I try to compensate and
try and find a balance.
So I mean, I guess the big one for me is just seeing something happen. Succeed. Yeah. There's so many things I have up in the air that I think can succeed, and I'm trying to put everything I can into it, but I'm not seeing the success that it should be.
Yeah.
I guess for me, it's just knowing that it'll happen and concentrating on the stuff that's important.
Yeah.
I mean, devotions is important for me. It's something that I want to be a part of my life.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's something that I've always put on the back burner, and I really don't. It shouldn't.
And I mean, health we have too.
And health.
When there's stresses and like with Dad's cancer this year, it's like a lot of things went out the window.
Yeah, because I've loved sports. I've always loved soccer, basketball, all that stuff. And with the different health, physical limitations that I have, I've never really been able to do sports.
Yeah.
And so I think I've always, to a point, resented that and never really wanted to find something else physical. And so, lately it's been like, I need to just find something. And so I started doing the bouncer and other stuff. And so I think, too, that just realizing sports aren't a thing, I need to find something that I enjoy with working out.
Yeah.
So just taking that first step.
Yeah. There's quite a bit of stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I mean, I could feel the I don't want to say sadness, but the
tension.
Yeah, I mean, I guess because I resonate.
Sorry, I got a little.
I resonate with it as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I mean, I think you probably do too. You've been in business a long time, but again, we just have to remember, and this is a motivational for all of us, that our trust and reliance is in the Lord.
Yeah.
And His timing is better than our timing.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we have this notion, and I am 150% guilty of it, where I feel like I should be somewhere right now.
Yeah.
Or I should have been there. I mean, I do it all the time with the gym. I'm like, God, I don't care about money. It's not my motivator. You know that I care about people. You know all of these things. And I like plead with God, like, this is, you know me. This is my, let me tell you who I am if you don't know who I am. But you know who I am.
There's quite often I feel like Job trying to say, I want your will, but this would be a really nice way of fulfilling your will.
Yeah. It's like, So I resonate. I mean, I constantly, and it's I hate doing it, but I do it all the time where I'm like, like I said, I'm like, I've been in the gym industry for over 20 years. I see other gyms and I see other people, with businesses that have been in business for a couple years, and they're doing phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, God, they don't love you like I love you. And I don't know that, but in my mind, that's what I say.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't think some of them do love them at all. But, but my point is like, it's between me and God, not between me and them.
Right.
And I shouldn't compare myself to the others. I mean, it's not what we do, as Scripture says it multiple times.
Yeah.
To not be covetous or envious of any other, So, just be motivated, brother. I mean, I'm going through the same thing, and I know in His timing, He'll bless us. And I do believe that's why He puts people together, so that in His time, I'm really prayerful and think that we are going to get to a place where we will be able to look back, all three of us, because we help each other. And we are doing things together to grow each other, to grow each other's businesses, and to get to a point where we are able to bless others. And I think at the end of the day, that's all of our focus and care, is that I know our hearts, and I know that we want to just help and bless other people.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it sounds like we're wrapping up. So one parting word that I would want to say to the people who are listening, watching, hopefully they stuck with us this long, but
kind of ramble a little bit,
is find somebody. And I would highly encourage anyone who's watching or listening to find the Lord and to worship Him, to find comfort in His Word, but also find somebody who you trust and who you feel comfortable talking to.
Yeah.
Because, it's a little on the darker side, but, we've had several people who have committed suicide in our family, in our friends. And it's because they didn't have somebody to talk to, or they didn't feel comfortable saying something that they should have, or whatever. And so I would encourage anyone out there, find someone who you can talk to, who you can have Bible study with, who you can call and say, hey, I'm struggling, will you help me? Who you can create a battle plan so you can fix whatever's going on, and so you can achieve your goals, so you can get better.
At whatever you're struggling with,
right? Because
Yeah.
that can it can be hard finding somebody who you can just say, "Hey, I'm having a problem with blank. Help me out."
Yeah.
And I'll volunteer. I know that you guys would volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to be that person for anybody.
Yeah.
So, if you know us or don't know us, and you just want, you know,
just need to check in.
Yeah.
I mean, we're here. I mean, definitely have shared some testimonial stuff on different things and episodes and stuff, and So, I mean,
drop them in, even if you just want to drop them in the comments, even if it's not necessarily you need somebody to talk to you, but you just want to put it out there so you have it in writing, so you can look back and you can see it,
or message us,
or
privately.
message, whatever. Put it in the comments. Let us know what you want to work on or whatever.
Yeah. All right.
Till next time.
Till next
time.